Ellie, can you talk about your stats class stalker?
Oh, this fucking bitch. Yes.
Is there police activity out on her or no?
Allegedly.
Go on, explain this.
It's kind of like The Watcher, except I'm not fucking doing it to myself. I can't believe that as a fucking adult, I'm being cyberbullied. So that's kind of weird. And then second of all, it's like, if you're going to bully me, like, make me fucking cry, okay? Like, fucking do it. Commit or don't.
Yeah, go,
you know
zero or 100. That's what I say.
Right, like, fucking commit. Like, I'm going to come fucking kill your dog, bitch. Like, like, don't just bully.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Like, really be a bully if you're going to do it. Yeah.
Right, thank you. Like, fucking make me cry. Like, because now you're just wasting everyone's time here. Because, like, it's not, at first I thought it was a joke. I was like, eh. And then it's like, no, this is not a joke. And then it was becoming more like targeted towards me.
Is it because you're half black, you think?
No, because there's a lot of, like, there's a bunch of, we got all colors of the rainbow in my class. I love it. I love the diversity. No, I think for whatever reason, she's decided I'm like the teacher's pet because he has me fucking read every class, which I did not volunteer myself for this position. So I don't know if it's weird if it's a weird like jealousy thing, but the one thing that like really the final nail in the coffin was when
back up real quick. What class is this? Like, explain the class.
It's a statistics class. It's the college statistics course.
And you have a group you're with in the class?
Yeah, just like the regular like people in the class.
And there's a group text between how many people?
Like 10 of us.
Okay, so that's a weird thing. People do that now. Hey, we're in the same class as group chat.
Well, it's like a study group. It's a study chat, you know.
I would leave the chat. I'd leave the chat. I'd leave the chat.
Okay, well, it's a
I'd start the chat, then leave the chat.
Well, good for you. That's like a pretty normal thing for college nowadays. Is like you have like a study group chat, whatever.
Okay,
yeah, like normal college shit, and whatever. So start off normal, and then for whatever, someone like removed her from the group chat, and I think that's what really like set her off. And but she like wasn't saying anything, so it's like you're not saying anything. So why would you even want to be in here if you're not even involved? Like. Whatever. And then one night she came into class with her name as Ginger Troll, and I was like, good one.
So that was immediately a knock on you. Like, she came into the class immediately. Are you two the only females there? Oh, you don't like when I say females, right? So are you two the only women there?
No, there's a bunch of other women in there. But she's, for whatever reason, she just was like targeting me. And then one night she came in, her name was Alexis, and then she came back as Michelle, and she was like private messaging me on fucking Zoom, and she sent me this like unsolicited link or like an image, and I'm like, why the fuck would I open that? You stupid. Like, do you think I'm stupid? I'm not gonna fucking open this link that some random fucking insane person. Oh no, she said her name was Elijah. That some insane person sent me. Then she came back to class as the next day. Oh yeah, she said goodnight, Ginger Troll, and I was like, okay. And then
now you did nothing to her. You did nothing to her to warrant this.
No. And she's like texting and calling us from like these burner numbers and shit. But she did fuck up because she did reuse one of the numbers. Stupid bitch. And but what really like kind of sealed the deal was when she came into class as Pete O'File.
Listen.
It's funny, but then it's funny, but then it gets really not funny, because then what happened was she texts Mia, who has we get her kicked out of the class because like professor, there's someone in here with the name like pedophile, like they're like this is clearly someone like dicking around, just kicking her out. Like,
you're with this person physically in a classroom.
No, if we were, I would be I would not feel safe being in the same room as this person.
So this is an online class.
All of everything's online.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and because that's how like it got to that point, because she was like for a minute just specifically targeting me, only harassing me, and I was like, if this was in person, I legitimately would not actually feel safe.
Being straight out of the gate, you never even knew this person, spoke to her, nothing.
No idea who the fuck.
Have you ever seen what she looks like?
Nope.
You should find out what she looks like and make fun of her back.
It could be the Watcher.
Yeah, maybe it is the fucking Watcher.
They moved across the coast.
Oh.
And but yeah, so she comes into class as pedophile, and we get her kicked out. So then she texts Mia from one of her burner numbers. She's like, you may have kicked me out of this class, but it's not going to keep me out, you corrupt bitch.
Listen, I'm not one to take sides with villains. Everyone knows that.
Yes,
I'm I'm a very pro-hero kind of guy. Mr. Hoagie. That's what they call me, right, Brian?
Nobody's ever called you that.
Thank you. I knew it. I knew he made all this shit up. I knew it. I knew it.
So I have to say, this person has quite the commitment, and he or she has some gumption, and it's something I could appreciate. It's not that I stand behind her. By no means do I.
Yeah, you're gonna eat your just in here too.
You know what? I gotta agree with Scott here. Like, I'm hearing it. I'm not saying it's right. It's not. She's an ass.
Initially it was kind of funny. I was like, haha, but then it got too targeted and weird. Like it got.
How did she know you had red hair?
Because I'm on camera.
Oh, but she had a blank
She's never
screen.
on camera.
Oh, wow. So it could have just been a
Why
psycho.
don't you just fucking call her out when you all go on? Right out of the gate.
Well, that's what we do when she comes into class as Elijah Gonzalez and then comes back into class as Michelle Renteria and then comes back into class as Alexis
Why
M.
doesn't the teacher, if you stop and you
Because he's foreign, which this is going to sounds terrible to say that. He's foreign. He's a brilliant man. He speaks like 3 different fucking languages, but he doesn't get certain like idioms.
I got you.
Idioms, like he didn't get the pedophile thing, which is not an insult to his intelligence. Just I don't understand Spanish idioms. Like
join the class to be a troll.
Can that happen?
That's the thing. It's like you're paying $300 to be a fucking troll. Like I wish I had $300 to blow like that. And because she was getting mad at me, she's like, "Stop ruining the curve." And it's like, "Bitch, stop worrying about me, and then you don't have to worry about the fucking curve being ruined."
Wait, so she was getting mad because high test scores were ruining her chance at passing?
Allegedly. Even though it's like, bitch, you clearly don't even pay attention to class because all you do is fucking message people. Like she messaged another girl saying, like, "You sound like you're in The Handmaid's Tale. Like, why are you talking so low?"
Listen.
Can I join the class one
I'd
day?
like to meet this person.
I really would.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet this person. It's probably me. Brian would think it's me if it was a class.
Been Scott the whole time. Pedophile? Absolutely come up with that.
It's no Don Stykesy, but this could work. So what ended up happening with it?
So, well, then when she came into class as Ginger Troll and she was just off the fucking walls, she first sent me a private link. And then, she was also she was sending me a private chats and Zoom saying like, "Can you speak up? I can't hear well. I only have one good ear." And so I told Mia, I was like, "Tell her to use a headphone in her one good ear and shut up." But
you should tell her to her ass. She's got the time for this.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like, most of these people have kids, like we work or we're full-time students. Like we're all 99% of us are all normal fucking adults that just want to pass this class and be done. Like who is doing anyway?
But the thing is, she wants a response from you and you're giving it to her.
Right. So I stopped responding. So I just started ignoring her. And so then I was like, I was talking to someone, I called someone from student affairs. I was like, "Look, like, I'm just trying to take this class. Like, I feel silly calling you, but something needs to be done because it's distracting and disruptive. And like, now I'm not getting what I'm paying for. Like, I was going to be asking for my money back. Like I paid for a class and instead I'm being harassed. So you need to this is not working." Fortunately, it didn't get to that point, but, the student affairs kind of like got involved or whatever, which was great. And so then what happened next? What did she do next? Fuck, she did something. Oh yeah, I said something. Someone asked about the calculator functions, on like the TI-84, 83. And so I messaged her on it, and then I was like, "Oh, this might just be helpful for everyone." So trying to be a decent human being, I sent the calculator functions and instructions how to use them in the Zoom chat. And then she goes, she's like, "No one asked for that." When literally someone asked, what calculator functions do you use?
I can't even believe this is real.
No, thank you. And one of the first times she private messaged me too, I asked, first I sent in the group text, I was like, "Hey, do y'all mind if I ask him about, these stem and leaf plots?" Because I didn't want to be that asshole that just hijacks the class asking questions, and people are like, "No, ask him."
I hated people like you, especially when the bell rang and we wanted to leave.
I wasn't doing all that.
Yeah, I don't need an A.
The worst type of human being was when the teacher was done talking and they said, "All right, you guys can go, but does anyone have any questions?"
Oh, yeah.
No. It was in the middle of the lecture. So anyway, so people are like, "No, go ahead and ask him." And I was like, "Can you maybe go over the stem and leaf plot?" And then she messages me. She's like, "It's pretty easy." And I was like,
"You should have been like, then you shouldn't need a fucking curve, you hooker." So
right. Well, I was like, So then I sat back, I was like, that's great, it's easy for you, but maybe it's not as straightforward for some other people, and maybe other people were curious too. And she goes, well, no, just you asked. But anyway, so what the final nail in the coffin, when she finally got like kicked out of, suspended from the class, like officially, when she was pedophile, she was sending us like, she sent the entire class one of those like 2 fucking links, and myself and other people were like, don't fucking open that, like it could be a virus, like we don't know who this person is, like no one open it, just ignore it. And even the professor's like, whoa, what is going on? And then she texts Mia saying, your son is cute.
That's fucking weird. Yeah, that's real weird.
A 5-year-old child who has never been on fucking camera. We've maybe like heard him once or twice, but like that was fucking it. It's like, you don't come after someone's fucking child, and don't come in with your name as pedophile and then talk about someone's 5-year-old son, you fucking sicko. At
least she was direct with the ginger insult, so you know it was you. It would have been really fucking funny if she was just generic, been like, that look at that ugly motherfucker, and everyone in the Zoom class would have been like, is it me? Like, is he talking about me? You know,
she did text me troll dolls with red hair, and she goes, look, it's you.
Jesus, this
I would have bullied her back.
I tried to because I texted the numbers back. I was so tempted to be like, meet me in the Costco parking lot at 10, like, let's just be done.
It would have been great if you just ended up liking her and went shopping. It's like,
no, because Don, he was getting pissed off too. He's like, who is this person? And
that is weird. What if he had said, Ellie, you know what would have put you, as I say, over the edge? If she would have said, she would have said, your dog is ugly. What would you have done?
I'm like, bitch, let's see how ugly your mug is. Put yourself on camera if you want to be.
What if she said, I'm gonna hurt your dog? Would you have killed her?
I would have given her my address and be like, come on over, let's come hurt my dog.
Let's square up.
I got some for your ass.
Were you ready to square up?
No, I was just gonna tell her meet me somewhere and they never show up.
That's pretty smart. But what if she would have texted, I'm here, bitch?
I'd be like, that's great, I'll be there at 10. I just kept her waiting.